you've all been waiting for. It's time!
Welcome to the show where the screams collide, where blood runs cold and the shadows hide. Each week a fight, two films will clash. Last week's champ, will it burn to ash? The Roasted Snow Horror Show, where fear and gore will always flow. One film wins, one must go. The Roasted Snow Horror Show. Lights go down, the fight begins. Which nightmare takes the final win? You pick your side, we'll break it down. The Roasted Snow, the goriest showdown.
Welcome back, everyone, to the Roasted Snow Horror Show. I'm your host, Ryan Rosted. Everybody thinks my last name is Roasted. I'm here with my good buddy and co-host, the snowman, Chris Snow. We got Roasted Snow. It's like a fireplace in an igloo. Well, this is where fear and dread go head-to-head. Chris, man, how you doing?
Amazing. I love hearing that intro song every time, by the way, because it is awesome. Can we just talk about how awesome it is? Like, I love it. Everyone who's texted us about the show talks about that intro song and how baller it is, and I love that you put that together.
Oh man, it kind of came out of nowhere, and I did have a couple people the first week. They're just like, "You didn't have to play the whole song," and I'm like, "Well, I mean, I kind of wanted to." So I did cut it down a little bit for the intro, just so that we can get straight into it. But yeah, it gets stuck in my head all the time, and I think it truly, like, it embodies you and I, and kind of give us our own little brand here. So I'm glad people like it. And if you don't like it, well, fuck you.
I'm Ricky Bobby. If you don't chew Big Red, then you.
But yeah. So, and again, we just wanted to give a shout out to everybody that has listened the last 2 weeks since we've started this. It keeps growing little by little each week. We actually we found out that we had a couple downloads over in Ireland and the UK. So thank you guys over there. We truly appreciate it, and we're Mr. Worldwide now.
Beam bada boom, Mr. Worldwide.
Mr. International Love. So I'm going to call myself that.
I love that song.
Oi, governor! Thanks for the downloads over there. That's my horrible.
Hey, I'm part
accent.
Irish, so my homies in Ireland. They thanks for supporting.
1, 2, 3,
So obviously we've talked about it before, but if you're new to the show, what Chris and I like to do is, the basic part about the show is that it's going to be new releases are going head to head, and we're each going to have our own champion, and kind of see how that plays out throughout the year through next Halloween. But we also put in these other episodes where we kind of talk about whatever we want to, and we have a theme going in, and we still try to do that head to head kind of matchup thing. But like last week, we covered Hell House LLC, and we got a lot of good feedback on that, and there were a lot of people that have never heard of any of those movies and gave them a shot over the weekend, and some were even like, "No, it's too creepy for me. Even listen to you guys talk about it. I'm not doing anything with clowns." So we're like, "All right, fine." So we have all these ideas, and the one that we landed on for today is another one that I'm not sure the popularity, and I'm not sure how many people listening may have actually seen any of these, but we touched on found footage and our love for it. And a big part of that has been the VHS series.
Ooh, I love the VHS series.
If you're younger than, say, I don't know, 22, a VHS is a tape.
It's how we used to watch movies, people. We had to play it, and then you had to rewind it to get back to the beginning.
Right, and if
it's
you
something
didn't
called a
rewind it,
VCR.
Yeah. And if you did not rewind it and you returned it to Blockbuster, Blockbuster was a video rental store. So like Netflix, but a store. And if you didn't rewind it, you get stuck with a fee. And, but oh man, those were the days.
They used to make just rewinder machines. You remember those? Did you have one of those?
I never had one. That was considered a luxury in my household, and we did not get that luxury.
Yep. Same.
Yep. And, kids today will not know the, God, I'm aging myself in this one, but, they will never know the pain of like, you turn on a movie and you have to like use the tracking button because it's just a little off centered. And it's, man,
what a nightmare. When DVD came out, you guys will never understand how revolutionary DVDs were. If you, like Ryan said, if you were born after DVDs came out, like you'll never understand how revolutionary it was to no longer have to rewind, no longer have to use the tracking button, no longer have to worry about the VCR eating up your tape. Like if you're not a millennial and you didn't get to experience these tech advances, I feel sorry for you.
Well, and I don't know if you ever had the VCR DVD combo.
Oh yeah, I bought one for my dad for Father's Day.
Oh man. So we got that. I was living in Oregon at the time, and we got that, and there were like 3 movies with it. And I think the first one I ever watched on DVD was Men in Black 2. And and I just remember, like, I don't even know how much of the movie I watched. I was so just like blown away. Like, I can skip to whatever scene, and and they have behind the scenes stuff, and I can go, and I'm big on trailers. So I was like, I can go look at the trailers and TV spots that they had at the time. I thought it was the coolest shit ever. And
my first DVD was Attack of the Clones.
Ooh.
So I could just skip around Star Wars and just be like, this is the greatest thing I have ever seen. And then I finally, when I got my dad, because my first DVD player was actually the PlayStation 2. Right? So
that was a big
DVDs. That was a huge
and that was huge when it came out. You're like, oh snap, I can play DVDs on this? No way.
Dude, I started trying to convince my parents whenever they wanted to buy me a movie for like my birthday or for Christmas. I was like, you guys have to get it on DVD now. Finally, the next Father's Day is when I bought my dad for Father's Day. I got him the DVD VCR combo, and I got them coming around to buying DVDs. And I'll never forget, my dad would come home with like hot new releases. He'd come home with like Pirates of the Caribbean and Spider-Man 2, and he's like, this is fantastic. You don't even have to rewind it. I'm like, yeah, it's pretty great, isn't
it? And yeah, again, like small things that made a difference. And then obviously it evolved. So then you had Blu-ray, and then you had 4K, and then now it's like
streaming. You just stream everything.
I can't tell you the last time I bought a DVD. I think the last 4K Blu-ray I got was Saw X.
Oh man, I'm not gonna lie. I'm still a huge physical media guy. So you walk into my place, and I have the huge like bookshelf in the corner that's got all of my Blu-rays and 4Ks.
And I wish I don't know. Maybe it's because I have kids, and it's just easier.
I was gonna say you have 2 small children. Yeah.
So, but yeah, I mean, I still have my old ones. So it's fun to like go back through and be like, oh man, I forgot about that movie. But that's a little backstory on what a VHS actually is. So
if you guys have any great VHS / early DVD stories, please drop them in the comments and let us know.
Oh yeah. Holy yeah, because there's got to be a ton.
We will also, Ryan. You may have already set one up, but we will also get an email address put together for the podcast, so you listeners can email us funny stories, anecdotes, quotes, responses, all that stuff to an email address.
Right, that is on the to-do list this week. Trying to make it as easy to remember as possible for peeps. And we've gotten in a little bit into the advertising this past week to some good response. So I'm still playing around with that. We are very young in our podcast life, so
still getting our feet wet.
Right, any and all support just means the world to us. And hopefully, I mean, if you're around our age, I mean, and even if you have never seen a VHS. Let us know what your first movie that you owned was. Like, I love hearing stories like that, and the fact that you like Attack of the Clones is better than Men in Black 2. But oh man, just that sensation that you got, and because you had VHSs for so long, and I still like seeing. I don't know where half of my VHSs are, but
man. I think if I walked into my dad's garage, we'd probably still have a ton of. You remember the old Disney VHSs in like the bubble, like the big bubble case? Yep, ton of those.
I had to go through, it was like 10 years ago, because like some of those were being sold on eBay for like, 10 grand, like the diamond collection or whatever.
Oh, man.
And of course I didn't have any, but I was like, oh man, like that's, oh, okay. Down
I'm going to
memory
look
lane.
now. Be like, Dad, send me all those VHSs. I need to check something out.
Right. So with this, just a little backstory on the VHS franchise. I believe it's been around since like 2011, 2012. It is a found footage anthology series. So each film has 4 or 5 segments of different found footage shorts, and most of the time, almost all of the time, they do not overlap. They don't. You can skip a segment if you don't like it. And
well, there's like an overarching thread
right.
through each of the movies, like an external meta kind of thing.
Right. It's a they call it the wraparound segment. So like it starts out and that segment is played before each other story and after that story. So you get a little bit more of a narrative for that wraparound. As far as today's episode, we are not going to really talk the wraparounds all that much. The way this is going to work is we're going to give you a little bit of our background on found footage. And then we're going to go straight into some of the segments. And we both picked ahead of time our 2 favorites from each movie and the segment that we hated from each movie. We are skipping VHS Viral. I would recommend you do the same if you've never seen these movies.
You don't need to see it to watch all the movies. Like Ryan said, they're all anthology films. They all kind of stand alone. You don't need to watch VHS Viral.
Right. And if VHS Halloween was just released a couple weeks ago on Shudder, you could walk right into that one and watch it. Yeah, solid. And the thing about the VHS series is they started out with VHS and VHS 2, over a decade ago. And then VHS Viral came in and fucked up the whole series, and it died for about 7 or 8 years. Yep. And then Shudder got the rights, and they brought it back with VHS 94. And then since then, it has been a yearly installment. So they did VHS 94, then VHS 99, VHS 85, and then they did VHS Beyond, which is kind of like a sci-fi thing. And then now they have VHS Halloween. So I'm excited to see what next year's is. But so there are a lot of films. I think we're going to be talking about over 20 segments of this. So obviously, give it a look if you want. We're going to try and lay off spoilers, but no promises, because if we do want to talk about like the ending, and maybe that's why we liked it, we are going to put these head to head randomly on a spinny wheel that I have. And we are definitely not going to have the same favorite, because just looking at this list prior to recording, I'm like, we're going to fucking fight.
Yeah, this might get kind of heated, and I'm really here for it.
Yeah, but that's the great thing about these movies is some people you think universally like this one segment, and then somebody doesn't. So that's why we like to talk about them. And my backstory with VHS is obviously we talked about it last week. We both are huge fans of found footage. It's not for everybody, admittedly, but so I would always look on, it was when streaming first started, and it may have even been, just to age myself even more, Netflix didn't used to be just a streaming service. You actually had to subscribe, and you would get a movie in the mail, and then you would send it back and get another one. And I think I saw it on their website, and it looked like a really low budget thing, which it is. It just wasn't what I was feeling. So I didn't actually see VHS until probably 4 or 5 years after it was released. And then it got me hooked to the second one. And then fuck you, Viral, because I hate that one.
It's not good.
No, and then we get to the new ones, and now it's just kind of become a staple. I know when the trailer came out, we were texting each other, and we're like, oh man, we can't wait to see this. And that was, and it worked out this year because we were talking about the pod and wanting to talk about it here. So here we are. Like, what are your feelings? Like, how did you get started with this? And
yeah, I remember there was a video game website that I've always frequented called IGN.com. You guys may know that I'm a big gamer. I have been my whole life. I love it. But I went through, I'll never forget, I was in college when the first one came out. I went through a really, really hard breakup that year, and it was 2012. And I was just, when you're super depressed, especially after a bad breakup, you don't want to eat anything. You're just kind of our buddy Michael kept trying to get me out to go bowling and play golf. But, there were a couple months there where I was just in the house. And VHS actually ended up coming to streaming on Netflix later that year. And I remember I had seen some of it on that game website I was telling you about, IGN. They'd mentioned it, and they said, this is a found footage horror film. And I immediately was like, oh, it's a found footage film. I'm definitely up for this. So when I saw it on Netflix, I was like, okay, done. It was like a Friday night. I didn't have to work that weekend. I was watching horror films. So I put on VHS, and I remember from the first segment, which is one of my favorites from this film, which we'll talk about as we get into it, I was like, this is something else. Like, I was genuinely creeped out. And, I would say up to now, the only film that really genuinely terrified me when I saw it the first time was Sinister, and we'll get to that in another episode. But VHS is a very, very close second, starting with that first segment. And I've been addicted to every installation after, even VHS Viral, which we will not talk about.
We still sat down and watched it. I mean,
we did.
And they took a stab there because obviously in the title, it was more a social media kind of focused thing. At least for some of them, there's one about a fucking magician with a deadly cape. That's
Dante the Great.
Dante the Great, yeah. And it's funny you bring up Mike because he has helped me through many a breakup. So shout out Mike.
Shout out Mike.
Yeah. Yeah. Fuck you, Mike. We still hate you. No. No, we love him. So it's funny that we've all been there, and you're right. It's like horror movies can be very therapeutic, and it can take you out of it, especially in found footage, especially this style, because it is the anthology. If you don't like part of the movie, hey, the next segment could bring it all back for you.
Yeah, absolutely.
And that's what I think sticks with this. There are other found footage movies that do the anthology thing, but to my knowledge, this is the first one that truly brought it to the forefront. And so yeah, I'm sure you guys have seen the poster. If you're on any streaming service, I'm sure you've seen it before. Even if this is the first time you've ever heard anyone talking about it, it's the tapes that make the skull, and it says V/H/S/, and it's a trip. And the series has evolved because now you look back and if you rewatch that first VHS, there's a lot of stuff that I don't think that they could get away with today. There's a lot of stories in there that are like, there's date rape, there's, non-consensual stuff going on. It's just, there's a lot of mean stuff. And then they have kind of, I say that, and then, there's the newer ones have like, dead trick-or-treaters. So, I trust me.
Are we sick for laughing about this? I think I laughed at last week's episode or I guess the upcoming episode for Begonia. So,
okay, yeah, we'll laugh about everything. They're movies, guys. They're movies.
That's why we do this podcast. We're looking for other people like us.
Right? Yeah, we know you're out there. We just gotta find you. Yeah. With that, I already kind of went into how we were going to do this. So we're going to talk a little bit about the segments, and we can't promise, some we may talk for 10 seconds on, some we may talk for 10 minutes. I have no idea. This is, if you're also new to the show, this is about 95% unscripted. We go over kind of what we want to talk about, but we do not script anything. So you were hearing it for the first time like we are. You ready to get this started?
Let's jump in, baby. I'm excited for this one. I'm excited.
First segment, let's see. So you guys can't see, but I have this cool little spinny wheel, and it has like 30 things on it, so it could take a sec. We are starting out strong. So this is from VHS 85, which is one of the newer ones. This is No Wake / Ambrosia, and we'll talk about why there's 2 in 1 here. But we got to see what's going up against. Oh, I need to probably take that off of here, but okay. Let's see. Who's it going up against? From VHS Beyond, Live and Let Dive. So
let's go, baby. Let's go.
Settle down.
Yeah, and Live and Let Dive is one that he picked as one of his favorites, and I said it was the worst one of that movie. So, I guess we could start with that one. And if you want to walk us through Live and Let Dive and tell us what it's about and what you liked about it, and I'll tell you why you're wrong.
Well, I appreciate you letting the correct opinion go first there, Ryan. So, I could not believe when I saw that you put this on as one of the ones that you hated because, or I should say, didn't like. I thought this was incredible. Like the premise of this one, there you have your main character, and like I said, it's a found footage film, and in this instance, the main character has like a GoPro on his head because they're all going skydiving. So he has the GoPro on the helmet on his head. Him and a bunch of his friends and his wife are gonna go skydiving for his 30th birthday. And you know, it's your typical fare, like yeah, they're rah-rahing each other up, but just before they get ready to jump out, they see a huge UFO in the distance and a bunch of fighter jets. And before you know it, an alien jumps onto the plane before it collides with the ship, and everyone falls out towards it's like an apple tree, no, an orange tree grove. So they all skydive down. Some are hurt or they die from the collision because they don't get the parachute open enough. But the premise of it is the main character with the GoPro on his head, he does survive the fall, and he's looking for his friends. All the while, they're being hunted by these aliens that landed right where they are. So I thought it was a fantastic segment. I thought the kills were really cool. It kind of reminded me of A Quiet Place a little bit, but especially with the look of the aliens and kind of how they're finding them. But yeah, I thought it was dope. And are we talking about spoilers in this one, Ryan, or are we kind of trying to shy away? What are we thinking here?
We can, we'll try and say spoiler alert before.
Sure. So spoiler alert here because we'll talk about the climax of this thing. But the main character, all his friends die. His wife dies. He's trying to get out of the grove as he's being hunted by these aliens. So he jumps. He finds the farmhouse of the person who owns this orange grove that he finds in. But the alien kills the farmer. The guy tries to get away because he jumps in the farmer's truck, and sure enough, the freaking ship that hit the plane that made them all jump out in the first place sucks the ship up with the tractor beam, and he gets up inside, and right before the footage ends, you see an entire horde of the aliens just suddenly closing in on him, and then they hit the camera, and it goes black. Fantastic. Can't understand why you don't like it.
I'll tell you why I don't like it. So I will tell you this, is that Beyond is a super strong entry just as a entire film. So that was one that I looked at, and it was really hard to narrow some down. Like there's a couple segments that I just left off the list in that really, like, if we were truly doing, but it would end up being like a 4-hour episode if we talked about every single segment. So it was tough to cut. I will agree with you that the premise of this is awesome and super unique. And I'm terrified of heights. Like I will never go skydiving.
Same. I will never do it. Never.
So that stressed me out a lot watching that. Especially like, of all things that could go wrong when you're doing skydiving, running into a fucking UFO is probably pretty low on my list. So that whole segment of when they are, when they're falling and you see people dying and you see the alien falling and, and I like the Orange Grove aspect of it. I like that it's during the day. But what kills it for me, and I rewatched it over the weekend, trying to change my mind on it, and it still killed me. This is the same reason why Shelby Oaks lost to me, is that the CGI was horrible. It took me out of it so quickly. Cause I agree. The alien design was super cool, but the CGI was not. It did not look realistic at all. It took me out of it. This is supposed to be, a futuristic being, and there's so many other aspects in all the VHS movies that they have way better practical effects or way better CGI. I wasn't crazy about it. And again, I'm not saying it's a bad entry because I think it is good. There are some awesome kills, and I think the ending is really cool as well. I believe the alien has like a split head or something. The alien is cool looking, and I think A Quiet Place was a good thing to compare that to, because somebody's just like walking and you think they're safe and the alien just comes and like takes them. So it is a fun segment. It's very fun. It's just in that movie with all the the CGI mishaps, it just took me out of it more than others. So it's not that I don't like the segment. It's just when it's compared to a lot of the others in there. Beyond was a very hard one to pick.
All of them were in there were pretty strong. Let's be fair.
They're so strong. And there's some movies where it was easy to pick. This one was not. But we will go to one that you and I both had on the list of favorites, and that's what I say, it was No Wake and
Ambrosia.
And the reason that this is connected is because, so I'll just get right into it. So No Wake, I believe it's the first segment, and that was in VHS. Was that
85, I believe. No.
85, yep. So we got Beyond going up against 85 here. So it starts out, these friends are on a camping trip. It's very Friday the 13th-esque. They pull up to this lake, and four of the friends get into, they go joyriding on a boat. I believe two of the friends stay behind in the tent. And so they got the camera on the boat, and they're going crazy, and they're doing wakeboarding, and, they all make contact in the water somehow. And then just out of nowhere, they look on the shore, and I believe they just see, they're like, oh, is that right? Those are our buddies. They get lit up by bullets from the shore. Someone is shooting at them. They're getting shot in the head. People's jaws are getting taken off. So they all die, presumably. And then it turns out that they did not die. They come back to life. Because, and obviously it doesn't take a rocket scientist to figure this out, but they all had contact with the water. There's something in this water that makes you invincible, that makes you immortal. And so it's just the conversations that they have about, like, what's going on? Why are we like this? Like, this is fine. And then you got somebody that has their jaw taken off completely, and it's like, well, they're going to have a shitty life going forward. They go back to the shore, and they find out that that the person that, and you don't see this person, the person that killed, that shot them up on the boat, has killed their two friends that were on the shore,
and they have not come back.
Yep, they did not have contact with the water, and I believe written on their RV, it says like 7.
7. 7. 7. 7. 7. 7.
Right?
Yep.
Yeah, 7.
And of importance too is at the very beginning of this segment, they squirt this kid with a water pistol.
Well, that's
the Ambrosia or that's the No Wake.
Yeah.
Ambrosia one. I'm confused again. My bad. We'll get to that.
No, you're good. They're hard too, because this is the only time, to my knowledge, in the VHS series. So basically, at the end of No Wake, they say, we have to find who did this. The video, we got the plate of the person that did this on their truck. And they're like, we got to go kill them. And somebody says, no, we got to do to them what they did to us. And then they go to a couple other segments, and they come to this one. And like you said, you don't know if these are connected. It just starts out with a kid shooting his big sister with a water gun. There's just a little pistol, pretty harmless. So then they're having this get together. It's kind of like a quinceanera type thing. It feels like it's
like a coming of age thing.
Coming of age, yeah. They're hey, we got grandpa there, and we got our aunts and uncles, and it's just this fun celebration. And this girl that got shot with a water pistol. She is the guest of honor. This party is all for her. And she starts addressing her family. Says like, oh, every family has traditions. Ours is a little different. And you can tell this family's not quite, has all their marbles. So she's like, everybody had their own special time with their 7, and they she goes into like her grandpa. I forget what she said her grandpa did, but her grandpa coated something with a deadly agent or something. And so clearly this family is part of a cult. Again, I hate cults. I'm so sick of them. But and in order for a rite of passage in their family, they have to kill 7 people. And that's why the 7 was there. So she said, oh, well, I'm going to do something different. I'm going to show you guys what I did. And this part is very demented because they're showing, she videotaped the whole thing. She pulls up to the campsite. She's been following them since a gas station. She knows these are her targets that she wants. And it's the people that were at the lake from the no wake segment. And, she's talking to the camera and like the family's laughing and stuff as she's like she's killing the people, the 2 people that were in the tent, and it's so demented because the family's just like, oh god, there's my baby, ha, ha, ha. And then she's obviously she's the one that shot the guys on the boat, and it's during this time where the cops show up at the door. And so the family goes into, they don't go into panic mode. They're like, okay, we prep for this. Don't let them take you alive. And it becomes a very like Waco, Devil's Rejects type shootout.
That's a perfect way to put it.
Yeah. Like they, and at one point I want to get into Devil's Rejects and all those films, but clearly they're not going to be taken alive. They've been working on this for a while. They're like, take as many cops with you as you can. So there's this huge shootout. Like, everybody dies. And the girl, she gets shot, I believe, in the head, and she was shot with that water pistol. So guess who doesn't die? She doesn't die, but she wants to because she doesn't want to be taken alive. So that's kind of the irony, is that they end up taking her in, and so the group got kind of revenge on her. But it was cool to see those 2 mesh well and connect with each other. I thought it was fun.
Definitely. I mean, this was one of the when I think of like horror and terror in these found footage things, this kind of thing is what scares me the most, because this is one of those things that's like, oh, save for the fact that the water makes people invincible, right? That's a terrifying thing. You're out on a lake and all of a sudden this cult family who just kills people is taking shots at you with a rifle. You know what I mean? Like there's nothing paranormal about that. So that is horrifying and terrifying at the same time.
Right. And especially like, we're not going to get into a debate here on things, but like, hey, in America, like, I feel like anywhere can be a target, unfortunately. Mm-hmm. And, hey, you're on the lake, you're just hanging out with your friends, and it happens so subtly and you can even hear it. And you can hear it, coming, and then it, makes contact with somebody that's next to the camera. So I agree with you there. It is so scary, and they do put that supernatural twist, but because of the realism behind it. And I thought it was a very strong way to start out 85, which was another really good entry into the series. So I guess we'll go with our decisions here. You want to go first or second? Which one wins?
I mean, you already know which one's going to win in my mind. I mean, Live and Let Dive is a solid entry for me. I'm going to go with that.
And I'm going to go with No Wake in Ambrosia. So
how dare you? How dare you?
How dare you? You just talked about how scary that was, and then you're like, no, I'm going to go with the fake CGI aliens. Oh, this is going to be a fun episode. All right.
Oh, boy.
Next one. This one, it's from VHS 94, and it is Storm Drain.
What a stupid segment. You can talk about this one.
Oh. You didn't even put this one as your worst for 94, did you?
I sure didn't. Nope.
Okay. Well, first of all, you're wrong. So in this one, it was the first segment in VHS 94, which was the first installment since Viral killed it. So it was its return to form. And it starts out as a newscast, and they're in, whatever city, USA, and they're doing a story on how people have seen this rat man type creature in the sewers and in the tunnels. And so they interview a homeless guy, and so it brought me into it right then and there. It was very, it was kind of like Blair Witch, where they're interviewing the townspeople and whatnot. And this is one of my primal fears are, tunnels, like, dark ass, creepy tunnels. So this news crew goes into these tunnels, and there's a lot of dread there too. There's there's cameras not really lighting up a whole bunch. You don't know what's going to come out from behind you. They keep finding these these homeless people, and they're going, "Hail Ratma, Hail Ratma."
Ugh.
You're like, what the fuck? So long story short, they go through the tunnel and they get they find out that there is a rat man in there, and it is a big creature, and they sacrifice people to it. There's some pretty gnarly kills in there. My favorite part about this though is the very end. Spoiler alert if you don't want to hear about it, but the newscaster survives. She somehow makes it out of there. They pull her out. They're like, our Channel 6's own, Jennifer or whatever the hell her name is. She survived, and then she's back on the newscast with her old co-host, and she's given the story, and I think it's a sports story, and she's like, oh, Ohio State won this Ratma game and that Ratma thing, and you're like, what? And then she pukes all over this black sludge all
this
over
scene
her
was
co-host.
pretty cool. I'll give you that.
It was awesome. Oh, and even the twist wasn't like crazy, but so she pukes all over him, and it's like this acid like goo, and it melts his fucking face off. Like he is ripping off his face, and the crew's going nuts. Everybody's running out, and she just calmly like looks at the camera and goes, "Hail Ratma," and
Hail Ratma,
Hail Ratma, and I just thought it was so fun to return to that. Yeah, the rat creature's stupid, but the whole tunnel thing, like it had me drawn in right away. Now, I would love to hear why you hated it, but not as much as your least favorite.
So this had potential. I will give you that. The whole premise of this thing had potential. I loved the idea of like, hey, we're going to go into the storm drain and discover something that's terrifying, and it's going to have consequences, far-reaching consequences, and all that. But like it just never paid off for me. Like it's building as they go into the sewer drain, they go to the storm drain, and they find these people, these homeless folks. They think everything's fine, and they get kidnapped by them. But I just maybe it's the fact that the Ratma is being praised and hailed by this cult, and we're so sick of cults at this point. But there might be a little bit of bias there. But it just didn't do anything for me. Like they showed the actual Rat Man, and I'm just like, come on, man. You could take a shotgun to this thing and end it. Like, what do you? There's just nothing that scary about it. It genuinely, like, you had shit to say about the CGI creatures in Live and Let Die. The Rat Man looked like a freaking 8th grade paper mache project. I'm just like, come on, man. This is not doing it for me. Like, I mean, creepy, absolutely. When she puked on the news anchor's face and he actually ripped off his own burning flesh while he was screaming, that was dope. I'll give you that. But in the premise, and the great segments from this film, that just wasn't one of them for me.
And so I know where you're leaning on that. It's not beating yours. It's also not beating mine. So
Word.
No Wake and Live and Let Die are still moving on. Sorry, we are not hailing Ratma today.
No hail Ratma.
Let's see. What is next? Okay, this is another one that we disagreed on. So this is from VHS Beyond. And it is Her Babies.
Let's go. Fun fact, Justin Long of Jeepers Creepers directed this.
Yep. With his brother, who I did not know he had a brother. But since I like this one, and you said it was your worst, I'll take this one. So I said, Justin Long, if you know anything about his work in horror, it's so funny. His career biography for horror, like he did obviously Jeepers Creepers. He did Drag Me to Hell, which is also criminally underrated. I love that
fantastic film. Fantastic.
He was in Tusk, and this one was very Tusk-like. So this one, my only beef with it, and you'll probably agree with this too, is that I don't think it fit the VHS Beyond theme. It wasn't really sci-fi or anything. Ironically, the subject probably would have been great in that. But so here we are. Basically, there is this lady who she loves her dogs, and
she really loves her dogs.
She really loves her dogs, her fur babies, and basically there's this was it like a podcast or a investigative journalist?
Yeah, kind of an
guy?
investigative journalist kind of thing. Animal
Right,
rights
and
activists.
right, because and they two of them disguise themselves, like they are interested in what she's doing, and can't remember if they want to get a dog or what, but they basically go into this lady's house, and this lady is she's kind of creepy. She says some stuff, and there's her taxidermied pup that's on the mantle. And so long story short here, she loves these dogs so much that she kidnaps people. So easy that these two journalists, animal rights activists, come into her place. She kidnaps them and starts these horrific experiments to turn them into dogs. Keeps them in cages, gets fur onto them, puts a snout on them. Very Tusk-like. If you've never seen Tusk, all I can say about it is that Justin Long turns into a walrus, and what more could we want from life than that?
And Johnny Depp plays the character.
Johnny Depp. He plays the Kmart version of Knives Out. Yeah. So funny story about Tusk is I knew that Kevin Smith wasn't Kevin Smith behind it. Is it?
He was, yeah. He actually he gave the premise of that film on a podcast, and he was like, so if you guys want this movie made, just respond to the podcast, Tusk yes or Tusk no. And enough people said yes, and he made the film.
Well, so it was a Friday night, and it's when my wife and I think we were still just dating. Maybe we were engaged, but we would go to a movie every Friday or Saturday night. And it was one of those weeks where there wasn't a lot out. And I'm like, let's go see this. Kevin Smith's behind it, and it's got Justin Long in it. And to this day, she says it's one of the worst decisions I've ever made, which I don't agree with, because I've made way worse decisions than that. But and I love that movie. So she always gives me crap about that and be like, you dragged me to Tusk. I'm like, you should be grateful you saw that masterpiece. But anyway, so I think maybe that's why I really enjoyed it, and it's funny, and they people turn into a dog and they attack the mailman and shit. It is bonkers funny. Maybe it doesn't fit in the Beyond category, but I had fun with it. What didn't you like about it?
I mean, it's certainly fun, but for the exact reason you said, it doesn't really. It's not that it's bad. I wouldn't say that it's even bad, and I think the story of it is great. I think the dog hybrids were kind of silly to look at. Again, they look like 8th grade paper mache projects. And I always have trouble, and this is similar to Tusk too. I always have trouble with when someone does a crazy experiment on a human being to turn them into something else. They just automatically take on the aspect of whatever they've been turned into. I can understand your mind psychologically breaking, but I just, if you tried to turn me into a dog and sewed teeth into my mouth and open my mouth more and sewed things onto my hands, I still have my mind. I'm still I'm a human. You've just done horrible things to me. Whereas these people who have been turned into dogs pretty much take on the whole dog mentality and start attacking the people that come down there to try to help them, or you know what I mean? And that just kind of takes me out of it a little bit.
Well, and Tusk at least had the runtime. I mean, this is a limited segment, so it had the runtime to explain.
He does embrace the walrus at the end. Yeah.
Right. And obviously, I know where this stands for you. I loved it, but it's still not beating No Wake for me. So we will move on here. No more Justin Long on this list, unfortunately.
No.
Love that guy. Let's see here. Next one we got. So I gotta see. I think you put this as a favorite. Correct me if I'm wrong, or did I just put this as a worst? 1 second here. Oh no, you put this as a fave, and I put it as one of my worst, and it is from VHS 1, Tuesday the 17th.
Hello.
So if you want to talk about this one.
Tuesday the 17th. I thought your picks for what you liked in VHS 1 were kind of strange. But Tuesday the 17th it's a play on Friday the 13th, right? But essentially, we have 4 friends that are I should say 3 friends that are accompanying their friend Wendy on an annual trip she takes to a lake. And as they're going towards the lake, it's your standard, hey, 4 friends going into the woods, just kind of doing silly stuff, blah, 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 blah. And Wendy does mention that an accident that killed all of her old friends, which I think it's kind of a weird thing to say as you're heading out to a lake where all your old friends died. But
she just like drops that in there. She's like, by the way, everybody died.
They don't even think anything of it. They're just like, oh yeah, cool. Anyway, so they're going through the forest, and as they're going through, like the camera that they're filming with, kind of there's like once in a while there'll be like a glitched image on it, and it looks like a glitched image of like mutilated bodies. And you see him really briefly and really fast, and the guy with the camera is like, oh, something's wrong with his camera. But Wendy, who was out there before, again drops this on him just nonchalantly. She's like, you're all gonna fucking die out here. She says that to him, and they're just like,
just dead face. Yep.
Yeah, just like, oh, yep, you're all gonna die. So anyway, they actually get to the lake, and they're doing early 20s things. They're smoking pot. They're going to go jump in and get into the lake. And Wendy actually explains that a group of people were murdered at that lake. And again, she's just being very nonchalant. She's not saying it seriously at all. At all. So one of them jumps in the lake to go swimming. 2 of them kind of go walk away, just kind of explore around. And suddenly, one of the poor girl that came with them, all of a sudden, a knife just hits her at the back of the head. Just right through her head. Kills her. So this poor guy attempts to run, and you just see from the point of view of the camera, this poor guy falls, and he just gets stabbed multiple times in his forehead. And the camera is showing just like this, like a tracking error on a VHS. You talked about like tracking in the beginning, or like think of it as like a glitch in a computer game. It's this glitched figure who's just kind of running around, who has physical presence. So he goes to attack the other 2. Wendy she sees him. She collects the camera. She goes back to the lake to ask the other friend who jumped in to go swimming. But this guy's he's like, I don't understand what's going on. And then she drops this on him. She's like, yeah, I lured you guys into the woods as bait because I wanted to, I was the only survivor of the incident that happened that I told you about earlier, and I want to kill the guy that got him. Just, again, nonchalantly drops it on. Like, yeah, I've been planning this whole thing. So you kind of get the feeling that she's actually the bad guy. And I think she is. She's kind of a terrible person to do this. But she wants to catch this glitch that she can't really see. So you see this glitch approach the guy that was swimming, and he slits his throat. When he runs off, and she lures the glitch, knowing that it's going to chase her. She lures it into like this pit to trap it, and then she lures it into a bear trap, which kind of halts it. And she thinks, "Oh, I got you," because the bear trap kind of slides up and just flies into him. Or sorry, no, that's a little bit later. I'm misremembering it. Anyway, she catches it in the bear trap, and then she runs off. She loses sight of it, and then she talks into the camera. She's like, "Hey, anyone who finds this recording, don't come to this forest." And then the poor guy who got his throat slit earlier by the lake that was swimming, he's just kind of wandering around the forest like he's still alive. But he collapses, and as soon as he collapses, here comes the glitch again. And he walks into like this bed of spikes that just jumps. Like you step on a rake and like the handle would come up and hit you in the forehead. He does that with like a wood and a bunch of spikes. So it flies up and impales him. And you think, oh, she got him. Glitch dies. And instead of running or just finishing him off, Wendy is just like gloating. She's like, aha, I finally beat you. Ha ha ha. See what happens? Anyway, she looks back and the glitch has disappeared. And suddenly he jumps on her. He beats her to death with the camera. You can kind of see the camera going up and down, just smashing into her head. And then, this is kind of gross, he actually disembowels her. He reaches into her stomach and just pulls out her intestines. And that's literally it. The camera dies then. I thought it was super cool.
Okay. Well, I love anything in the woods. So again, the premise is cool. What did it for me and why I don't like it, first thing is the glitch. I don't like that aspect of it.
Kind of strange.
I like it when I can't see the killer. I also don't like it when you didn't get like anything that really stuck with me. I was like, it's a glitch like that. And just in VHS movies, or found footage anyway, like when they overplay the error aspect of that format, it just, it takes me out of it sometimes. This was exactly the case, because I was drawn in right away. It's like, hey, they're going out here. She gives this deadpan delivery about like, you're all going to die out here. And it's
So
like,
crazy.
okay, that's a shift in her personality. Okay, cool. And then it's just like, oh, well, we're getting chased from this glitch, and like the kills are the kills are awesome. They are great. The effects there are awesome. It's a glitch doing it, and that just didn't do it for me.
Yeah.
And so like I can get why people like it. It's just it just wasn't for me. So my question to you is, does that beat Live and Let Dive?
I think they're both good. It doesn't. Live and Let Dive is still up top.
That's funny. Both of our first picks are surviving. Right.
I mean, we came with VHS Beyond, which is, I dare say, the strongest entry in the franchise. Yeah.
All right. Now, here's one that is going to get interesting simply because I left it off my list, but it was really hard. It was one of my last cuts. It's from Beyond, and it's Stowaway. I will let you talk about it, but I will just tell you I really enjoyed it, and this was probably the hardest choice I had to make when compiling my list.
This is one of the most terrifying ones that they've done, and primarily that's because of the ending. And I can almost jump right to the ending because not a lot happens up till like the last 3 minutes. You know what I mean? Right. So long story short, it's basically a woman in the Mojave Desert who is investigating possible extraterrestrial life. She does end up finding an alien spaceship. She goes on to the alien spaceship because she's hiding and she realizes the alien's coming back. She hides from it. And as soon as he comes back on, he basically takes off, right? And she's still trapped on the ship. And this is why it's so terrifying to me. So he turns it on. She goes up. It kind of injures her. She like cuts her hand. And in the cockpit, or I should say in the cargo bay of this ship that she's stuck in, there's nanites that are in the wall. And every time these nanites come out and they cover any injury she has. So like she cut her arm or she got scraped or something. The nanites just come out and they immediately heal her injury. So it's like, oh, I cut my arm. The nanites come out and immediately heal me and I'm back to 100%. Well, the reason it's so terrifying, man, is because she's looking around. She's kind of seeing, what is on this ship. The alien has captured a bunch of animals, like spiders and, like coyotes and all kinds of animals from Earth that are just kind of kept in stasis. And what you'll understand is every time that she starts to notice that every time the nanites heal her, they cause minor mutations because the ship is like, it's keeping these animals that are trapped in stasis. It's like copying their DNA. So every time it repairs her, it like infuses her with a little bit of the animal DNA. Think of The Fly, right? The movie The Fly with Jeff Goldblum.
You love The Fly. So.
I love that film. One of my favorite horror films. So anyway, what ends up happening is, every time she gets hurt, and she gets hurt every time this ship that the alien is in is jumping to light speed. So she's standing there, ship jumps to light speed, and then it comes out of light speed. And it just, think of, how do I even explain this, man? Think of physics. If you guys were to put like a soft shell, like an egg, into a jar, and you just shake that jar up really hard, and then you stop shaking it, that egg is just splattered on the inside, right? Well, that's what happens to this poor girl every time the ship jumps to light speed and then stops, and then jumps to light speed and stops. But every time it splatters her, these nanites come out and they repair her again, and they freaking infuse her body with these other biological things like the spiders and the foxes and the octopuses. All these other animals the alien collected are like giving it. It's like repairing her as one of those animals. So yeah, every time this ship jumps into light speed and then stops, these stinking nanites are rebuilding her in a more grotesque form. Like she doesn't look like a human anymore. She's just like parts and pieces. So you kind of start to see that the ship, as it repairs organic matter, it's not going to let her die. It's never going to let her die. As long as she's getting thrown around and destroyed, it's just going to keep rebuilding her. And what sucks is she gets the impression, and you kind of learn that the trip that the alien's taking, wherever it's going, is going to take years to get there. and every 30 seconds she's being physically destroyed and then rebuilt as a grotesque creature. And that's how it ends. That's how it literally ends.
And I believe
that's
that
the most existential dread. Ugh.
And wasn't that the last segment in Beyond?
Yeah.
So yeah,
Mike Flanagan wrote that one.
And I love Mike Flanagan. Oh, he's like, I could do a whole episode on Mike Flanagan, but he like, this one was so hard to cut out because there is that thought of like, there are things worse than death, and you have to go to a faraway planet and you are nowhere near looking like yourself and you physically can't die. It kind of goes back to the Ambrosia, like that was the whole revenge, is that she can't die.
And you feel the pain of this the whole time. Like it's not that she feels it. She feels the pain of this. And again, she doesn't look anything like herself. She's just organic matter and parts. And here's her head and her arms over here, the octopus tentacle that's attached to her. Like it is horrific. And
it starts off so subtle because it's like a cut on the finger, a cut on the arm, and it's like, oh my God, that's cool. And you just notice it ever so slightly that it's not just right. And so it's such a cool concept, and it's, the way that even like, she gets onto the ship, and because that is terrifying, being stuck on an alien ship, even though that was her ultimate goal. It's just such a gut punch. So and
I forgot to mention, it does explain that she left her husband and her daughter to do this, and her daughter gave her a charm. I think it was like an alligator. And the last scene, as she's continually being thrown around and mutated and all of this thing, you see the keychain charm that she gave her daughter for her birthday, and it's just out of her reach. And the last thing you hear is her just sobbing, and it's giving me goosebumps now just thinking about it. It's horrifying.
So is that beaten Live or Let Die? You got a Beyond versus Beyond here.
That does beat Live and Let Die for me.
Okay.
That might be the strongest entry in the series for me, but we'll see.
So, Stowaway, your new champ. All right. Awesome. Let's see what's next. This one I think we both put on as a favorite from VHS 94, and it's Empty Wake.
Yeah.
This one is one of the creepiest ones that any of the VHSs have done. And So the premise is there is this somebody died. There's this wake at this funeral home, and this lady I believe she's hired just to film it, to oversee it. Family may be coming by. They're not expecting a lot of people there. There's like 50 empty chairs and just this hallway of this funeral home, and it's storming outside, so you're already taken aback. And it's very simple because it is it's just a coffin and a lady and a camera that are just in this room, and there's just so much dread with this. And I believe the lights go out at one point, and like the coffin moves.
Yeah, the storm, because there's an electrical storm happening.
Right.
It's a huge storm.
And the coffin moves, and you're like, uh-oh. That person isn't dead, and it slowly builds to that. And I think the power goes out and comes back on, like the hand sticking out, like, so it's happening. And then the body falls out, and this is where it gets really cool, because it becomes this chase scene, because the body, obviously it's dead but ain't dead. I don't know if it drank that water from that other VHS movie, but it ain't dead.
Well, you find out too, like, because it's as the sketch is going, it's moving a little bit more. And she's freaking out. She's calling the funeral parlor owner. She's calling her friend to find out how the guy died. There is one guy that comes in to pay his respects. It is awake. So yeah, it's just like it's building up to this.
I think they even mentioned they're like, was he run over by a train or something?
No, he jumped off a roof. He committed suicide.
Off a roof, and so it's like you finally see him, and he's walking around. He's got his full body, but his face is pretty much cut diagonally in half. The diagonal half of his face is just sitting on the ground, and he can't see anything because both the eyes are on the ground. And so this lady is trying to hide from this creature, and this creature is terrifying. He's knocking over chairs, he's doing all this, and I believe the second half of the face fucking moves on its own, like opens up his eyes, moves on its own. Oh man, it's just, and that is basically it. That's the premise. Like, it is pretty simple when it comes to VHS terms, because there are some of these outlandish things like Stowaway, you just mentioned, had a lot of internal aspects of it. This one is pretty straight up. It is a creepy funeral home, and I am going to tell you, it is going to beat No Wake for me. So Empty Wake beats No Wake, which is kind of funny because they're basically the same title.
Baller choice.
And does it beat Stowaway for you, or is it still?
Oh man, these are so neck and neck for me, bro. Because the end of this one is so good. The end of No Wake is so solid. What happens to the girl, and just the final shot, the final frame. I'm really having trouble. They're both so good. But you know what, Ryan? I have to say, the Empty Wake is going to do it for me. It beats Stowaway.
We finally have an undisputed champ that'll last probably for about 20 more seconds. So congrats. We both have the same one.
Boom!
It's so good. It's so simple. Let's see here. Next. All right. I think this was me, and maybe you did too, but VHS 1, it was one of the faves, is Second Honeymoon.
This was all you.
This was all me. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So this one, it's a can't remember if they're husband and wife or just engaged.
Newlywed. They're either newlyweds or like they're celebrating the anniversary or something.
Right. And it's this couple, and they're going on this road trip, and they have all the little couple arguments, and it's this fun time, and there's a lot of little different aspects of their relationship, but they stay at this motel. I don't even know what they're going on the trip for, but they go to this motel, and somebody, unbeknownst to them, has taken the camera and is like watching them sleep. And so you're like, oh shit, really? Like that? So that already puts you off, because that's one of the scariest things, is like when someone's in the room and nobody knows about it. So like the couple's asleep, they're dead to the world, and this person is just like peeping on them. Believe that happens another night or two, so they don't know what's going on. The twist here was what was fun for me, because spoiler alert, it is a girl that is in there, and it actually is the girlfriend or the fiance of the guy in the film that is behind it all. They take this guy out, and I can't remember if it's like if it's like a lesbian love thing or
definitely.
what, but it is a cool twist on it that one of the people in the couple was behind it all. So I did really enjoy it. In my opinion, VHS 1 is not one of the strongest of the franchise, and maybe that's just because it was so new, and a lot of them have gotten so much better. But this isn't beaten Empty Wake for me. I doubt it is for you too. But do you have anything to add on this one?
Nothing to add for this one. It wasn't terrible to me, but it wasn't one of my favorites. Wasn't my favorite. Wasn't the worst.
Yeah, it's just pretty middle of the road there. Let's see next. We're slowly working down this list here.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, this is one that you and I both put as a favorite. It is a more recent one in VHS Halloween, and this is Home Haunt. And what we, if you listened last week to our Hell House episode, we had my old boss John. He had never seen Hell House 1, so we had him watch it. He texted me during it. It was hilarious, and we made it into an AI kind of jingle. So I had him do the same thing, but with VHS Halloween. I figured it's the newest release. It's freshest in our minds. So have him do a kind of ditty. We're calling it John's Jingles. So this is what he had to say about Home Haunt.
Call your work buddies. Nah, they are alcoholics. Yep, true that. Yep, you're Keith now, Dad. Yeah, don't record Janet shit, Keith, you dick. Don't play that record, Keith. See you rich fuck. Bumblebee kid got fucked. Holy shit, that head was crushed. Don't look at that Zag. record, Mom. That witch is pissed. And boom, it's done.
I cannot get enough of those. I hope that we can make this a regular segment because his reactions and his texts are just gold.
Oh, I'm just going to keep it. Whether people are like it or not, I'm keeping it. It's hilarious. And this one is tough because the song that he did was 4 minutes long. So we're breaking it up into segments. And Home Haunt, ironically, is the last segment in VHS Halloween. So, I mean, he's talking about like, it's so hard to tell you out of context, but, you know, he's like, oh, that witch is pissed and, you know, don't play that record and all that. I guess I took the last one. If you want to talk a little bit about this one, but I believe we both really like this one.
We did, yeah. It's actually the last, like you said, it's the last segment of VHS Halloween. It has to do. Obviously, the title kind of explains these segments are all about Halloween. Ironically, I couldn't believe it, right? But this one has to do with the guy that loves setting up elaborate haunted houses. You know, he's married, he's got a son. It's kind of a tradition that they do every year. But you know, his son's a teenager now. He doesn't really want to do it anymore. But the main character, his name's Keith. He's able to convince his son to go to the store just to pick up some items for the stuff. Keith ends up sneaking into the back and he finds a record. I think it was called Halloween Horrors. And he steals the record. He doesn't pay for it. He just kind of steals it. He's like, kind of stupid.
Well, he says he puts money on the counter.
Yeah, that's true. So there's that. But anyway, he gets his haunted house put together for the neighborhood, and then he plays the record, and the music from the record, as soon as it starts playing, causes all of these crazy things to happen. The first thing that happens is the record bursts into flames, the lights go out, everyone obviously panics and flees, but it essentially makes all of the decorations, all the monsters and things that he put up come to life. And each new room has different monsters, killing the people that are coming in and doing it. It sort of reminds me of Hell House LLC a little bit, because the attractions at this haunted house are killing people. Zach and his family, or I should say Keith and his family, manage to survive. They get out of the house, but then a witch flies out of the house and grabs the camera that's actually doing the footage, and like you said earlier in this episode, the witch ends up massacring all these kids that are out doing their trick-or-treating, and then it turns around and you see the entrance to the haunted house, which is it's designed and decorated to look like a monster's jaws and hands. It comes to life, and then it breaks free from the building and starts moving, and freaking footage ends. Pretty great segment.
It was awesome, and it's a great way to end that film. Yeah, but just the aspect of all of the decorations in the haunted house. And it starts off slow, like the first room they go into, other than when the record bursts into flames. And at this point, people still think it's part of the show, because you can tell his neighbors are kind of sick of him. Like, okay, come on, do we really have to do this again? You know, and so one of the neighbors is just like, you know, he's just criticizing everything. He's like, well, that looks like shit. That looks like shit. And even
he's kind of a dick.
Right? Even like the bed sheet.
What did you do last night, Ryan?
Yeah, the bed shit ghost. Yeah, that's pretty terrifying. No, the bed sheet ghost that he has in his first room, like even they start flying around, just start, you know, cutting people up left and right. But yeah, the best part about this is the very end between the witch and the monster that comes alive, because the witch, and before they even get to that, because it's the last room in the house, and the son is going, I don't want to go in there, she's in there. Mm-hmm. And you're like, well, who is she? And it's this witch, and they have you know, it's this, you know, she's got her cauldron, and it's like super hot, so it's like melting skin off of people. And the gore that they have when this witch takes the camera and she's on her broom. So that's already a cool shot, because you're on this witch's broom. Like, she takes this girl that's trick-or-treating and just rips her head off and chucks it at somebody. And she like stabs a kid with the broom. It's so intense. And then, just that last shot of the monster hands come, because at this point you kind of forget that that's the entrance to the house. Yep. And that is actually a part of it. So that was awesome. It's going to be tough. Does that beat Empty Wake? I'm going to push this off to you first.
I'm going to say no. And the Empty Wake is an extremely strong. It just stays a very strong segment for me. I'm not going to take away anything from this Halloween one, and I'm not going to say anything bad about it because it's fantastic. Literally, there's nothing bad about it. I just know Empty Wake is so damn good to me.
Right, and recency bias, because this is so strong and it's so different. But I'm going to go with Empty Wake as well. But this one is definitely in the upper echelon. Of these segments. Okay, so this one I put as a worst. I don't think you listed it as it at all, but it's also Halloween, VHS Halloween, and this one is Kid Print.
Kid Print.
And again, Halloween, it's a solid entry. Not saying there's anyone that's really like super bad, but this one, we will go back to John's jingles about this one, and I'm glad he can lighten it up because this one is not funny at all. So here's John's jingles on Kid Print.
This Kaplan dude looks sketch as fuck. Bruce is like my job sucks balls. And here are tapes of all the kids I killed. Donuts on a string? Oh, it's a cop. I see this damn circle of light. That's Bruce's work area. And he hates his job. That chick was pissed working the weekend shift. Yeah, killing kids and shit. Yep, that's Bruce. And like I said, he hates his fucking job. All crammed in the back. Should've gave Bruce that fucking raise. Oh, shit, he had the kid's face on. Yeah, Brucey is gonna be a whack job fucker for Halloween. Kaplan dude got fucked and Bruce played that mofo.
Boy,
I will never get tired of these.
God, and it's so funny because, like, you know, he put on his boss's hat and he's like, oh, you know, Brucey hates his fucking job and this and that. They stick him in the back room, and this one is, you know, and maybe it's because I have kids, but basically these kids have gone missing, and it's this print shop. That is doing, I believe they're doing recordings for kids so that they can, so that their parents can track them, or that they have some file on them, so that if they do get taken, like that's how big of a problem it is in this town that kids are getting taken. Like,
well, I think, do you remember when we were in elementary school? Did you ever have like the police department come in and do like ID kits on you? So that, yeah, it's kind of macabre looking back on it, isn't it?
Right. And that's the vibe that this one gets. And obviously, if you're a horror vet, you already know it's somebody that's in the shop that is doing this. And you know, as John alluded to, it's Brucey in the back. And it's just, I didn't like this one just because it was very mean spirited. It didn't really have all that much to do with Halloween either. Again, it's entertaining. It definitely makes you think. It's not a bad segment. It's just was my least favorite of this film. You got anything to add on that one?
I mean, this one was just, you know, when we started doing this podcast, we talked about how we would do movies that are gore fests, that are just dreadful, that are not necessarily gory but are so scary. This one's just kind of sick to me. You know, like there are sicker films out there. There are sicker segments, obviously, that we'll talk about even. But yeah, this was just, it wasn't that it was bad. It's just sick. It was really sick.
Yeah, you know, they could have done without it. That's for sure.
Yeah.
It's not one that I'm going to like go back and seek out at all. I guess it's fine for a first to watch, but
I don't want to see kids getting skinned off their face. I want their
right. Yeah. Because it is, it's also very graphic and not just, you know, it's not, they don't really leave it to your imagination. No. So yeah, if that bothers you, skip that one for sure. And I hope it bothers you, because if it doesn't, then we got a different conversation.
You're more messed up than we are.
All right. And then this one, I think I put this on my list. It's from VHS 1 and it is 10/31/98.
Nice.
And this one, it is.
This one's awesome.
So good. It was done by Radio Silence, and Radio Silence is responsible for like Ready or Not, which is a great movie, and then the newer Screams. Scream 5, Scream 6, which, I think I've touched on it before. I'm a huge Scream fan. I love what they did with it for the last two. Obviously, they're not involved in Scream 7 due to a lot of other controversies, but they know what they're doing. And, with Ready or Not, and this is obviously some of their earlier work, but essentially, it's every segment in VHS, I feel like has to do with like frat bros. And
there's always one.
Oh yeah. And then this one, same thing, it's these frat bros. They're looking for a Halloween party and they go to this address and, it's a pretty empty house. So they're obviously not in the right spot and they kind of, poke around a little bit and they go up to, I believe, the attic or just upstairs, and there's an exorcism going on, like a real flat-out exorcism. And this is the type of haunted house that I would want to walk through. That would actually scare me because the effects in this one are so good when they're trying to get out of the house. It is so hard to escape. They and I believe they're trying to rescue the girl that's being exorcised as well.
Well, yeah, they go up there and they see what's happening, and they're going to leave. And they're like, guys, we can't leave. We got to go up and save her.
Yeah, and so douchey frat bros are trying to do the right thing here. But when they're trying to get out of the house, the effects, they're like, the windows are closing up. There's hands coming out of the walls. It's insane.
Yeah. I mean, hands coming out of the guys don't really know what's happening until they get upstairs and see this exorcism happening. But you see one, they come back in, they're like, "Oh my god, there was a fucking arm coming out of the wall back there, dude."
Yeah, and it's exactly what like me and my buddies would have said back in the day, like in a haunted house, like, and it's just. The first time seeing that, because again, you don't know what's going to happen. Okay, hey, it's an exorcism, but the effects that they put in there, and even looking back, like they aren't the best effects in the world, but just the way they come about, and like there's a hand trying to grab you, and that's what stuck out to me in this first movie. That was VHS for me for a long time, and then I believe it has a pretty downer ending. It
does, yeah,
because they get in the car and they try to get away, but then. I mean, they took away a girl that was clearly possessed.
And she does not thank them for it.
No, she does not. I believe she leaves their car on the train tracks. Is that right?
She does. So they're driving away, and sure enough, they're trying to get her out of there, and the car stalls on the train tracks. All of a sudden, the girl disappears out of the car, disappears in front, and appears in the front of it, and just walks away. And these poor bastards cannot get out of the car. And before you ask, they're trying everything. They're trying to kick the windows out. And sure enough, there's a train coming.
Yep. And I like that you put that in there because there's some horror movies where they just try the door twice and they're just like, oh well, I can't get out. This one, yeah, they like clearly there are other powers at work here. They are not getting out. But this one was a very, very strong entry. And at least in my opinion, it's going to be hard. But I think just because of what it meant to me initially with the VHS series, it's going to kick out Empty Wake for me just because what this one meant to me.
Impressive. I feel that. So there's a little bit of, okay, I feel that. As strong as it is, I'm sticking with Empty Wake, man. It's still staying up.
That's fair. I'm happy to keep that alive. Let's see here. All right. So here's another one that you and I both agreed on from VHS 99, and it's Suicide Bid.
Let's go.
Yeah, this one definitely surprised me, but I'll let you take this one.
Yeah, so the premise in this one's terrifying as well. This poor girl is trying to join a college sorority. And of course, the girls that are trying to initiate her are terrible, terrible girls. The freaking ritual that they're having her do is she has to it's a hazing ritual. She has to spend the night buried inside a coffin in a graveyard. From
Happy hazing, ha ha ha.
Yeah. What kind of joke is this? Like, it's a great segment. Like I said, we both said it's one of the strongest in the film, but it's angering to me because it's like, that's not even a joke. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Like, that's just a horrible thing that you're burying someone alive. And it's like, yeah, I'd stay down there all night. The idea is that there's an urban legend where a freshman from their college she was supposed to do the same thing, but she was forgotten by her classmates for a week. And they said she crawled to the underworld. When they pulled out the coffin when they remembered, and she wasn't in there, so she crawled to the underworld. But just a horrible thing, obviously, to do to someone. So, sure enough, this girl does enter the coffin. They told her that there's stuff in there to help her survive.
There's like a little box they give her or something.
Yeah, and they said inside is stuff that'll get you through the night. So there's like a camera, and then when she opens the damn box, it's full of spiders that she's going to be stuck in all night. So she opens it. She demands to be let out. She's like, "You guys get me out of here."
She's ringing that bell. Yeah,
ringing the bell. Like, "Get me out of here. I'm not doing this." But the girls won't even. They're not going to dig her up. They're like, "Nope." They're laughing, and then a rainstorm comes. Cops show up.
Downpour. Like it's like out there. It's bad.
Yeah, it's horrible. It's horrible. The cops show up to investigate the noises, and the girls just like, "Oh, we'll just grieve. We'll just get out of here, and then we'll come back in the morning to get her out." Like, how horrible! They just leave her.
Oh yeah, and this is where obviously it really picks up because this torrential downpour. There's there's mud going. So she is freaking out and it is so claustrophobic. I don't know if you ever saw the movie Buried with Ryan Reynolds.
Horrifying ending.
Oh yeah. Oh man, I remember the first time I watched that. We won't get too much into that, but yeah. So this one, you get that claustrophobic feel. They do a really good job on it. And I think the top of the coffin has, I don't know if it's like a glass cross, but like she can see out at least a little bit. And of course, there's Demon Chick. She's out there. She's getting buried alive, and the practical effects on this is it's terrifying. She is so terrifying. So she's going through this ordeal. You don't really know what happens. Then the next morning, the girls come back. They did say they were going to come back, so at least they did that. Not really a redeeming quality, but here they are. And the grave is still flooded. So they're already
You see in the camera from the night before Lily's in, like the rainwater, it's so intense, like it's seeping into this fresh ground and it's getting into the coffin that she's in.
Right. And they so one of the girls like dives in, and you kind of think, oh, they're going to pull out a dead body, but she comes up, she's like, it's empty. There's no one in there.
There's no one in there. Yep.
So they freak out and they're like, okay, we're just gonna go. No one saw anything here. And then, cuts away and it comes back and they are all in their own coffin. And I forget the leader of the group, I guess they kind of hone in on her. And she
Queen Bitch.
Yeah, Queen Bitch. Yep. She looks down at her feet, and then there's kind of Demon Lily. And she has this really creepy voice. She's like, hey, I made a deal and said if I gave her more souls, then I could leave this place. And then the camera turns around, and then there's the demonic, the urban legend chick. She's there, and it was such a good ending because these people get what they deserve. And such a strong segment. I hate claustrophobic movies like that. Like The Descent, that one gets me too. But yeah, this one's super strong, and I might actually have it beat 10/31/98. Just because
really?
I still think about this one. Like to the point where I don't even want to go back and watch it because it makes me so uncomfortable with when she's getting buried and she sees the demon. Like, it fucks with me hardcore.
Yeah.
So as much as I went into that spiel about how much 10/31/98 meant to me, I know it doesn't seem like it now, but yep. So suicide bid, and I don't know if you touched on it, but the term suicide bid is that she is only rushing one sorority. She's not bidding on any others. So a little bit misleading of a title because you think it will be like there are a lot of suicidal tendencies in some of these clips, but no, it's such a strong entry. Where does it fall for you?
It's not going to beat The Empty Wake for me, man. That one is it's so damn good. And I'm
And
not
they're
taking
very similar.
I keep saying this, but I'm not taking away from any of the other ones. But God, I just love it, man. I think it's
No,
perfect.
we'll tell you if one sucks. All right, next one. So here's one that was another tough one for me to cut that you put as one of your favorites from VHS 94. And this one was super hard for me to cut. This one and um, uh, Stowaway. That was the other one.
Yep.
They took me forever to just think about, but this is a Terror from VHS 94.
This one was cool.
It's so fucking cool. Which you don't think it's going to be cool when it first starts out, but I will let you take this one since you had it on your list, and I
buddy.
So give you this one.
You kind of get this segment starts. You're clearly looking at like a white supremacist group, and it's exactly what you think. I mean, I'm I was about to say I feel bad stereotyping, but I don't feel bad for white supremacist groups.
It's very Timothy McVeigh.
100%. It's very Ruby Ridge. Mm-hmm. There's a group of guys that are plotting to blow up a government building. I mean, it's almost like exactly that, right? Timothy McVeigh and what horrible thing.
That's the vibe I got from it.
Exactly, yeah. Like the whole goal, they're going to blow up a government building and they're going to take back America. And what you start to see is they go into they live in a compound, and they go up to this normal-looking guy who's clearly terrified, and he's pleading for his life. He's saying, "Please, please, let me go." One of them shoots him up close, shoots him at range, doesn't even hurt him. So you come to see that this prisoner that they're keeping is actually a vampire. So they kill him. They keep shooting him. They shoot him over and over again, and he just won't die. He appears to die, like he'll be shot and then he'll fall over, looking like he's dead with blood leaking out. But he's fine. He gets back up. He's fine. And what you see is that even though these guys, it's very, like I said, very Ruby Ridge. They have a bunch of guns, ammunition. They're planning to blow up the building. What they do is they're taking the blood from the vampire that they shoot, and that blood is so reactive to sunlight, as are vampires, right? The blood explodes. Just a little bit of blood will explode, almost like multiple M80s, like TNT dynamite, when it's exposed to sunlight.
Don't they test it on a bunny?
They do. They take a little syringe, they inject it into a rabbit. They all get away, and then as soon as the sun hits it first thing in the morning, kaboom! It's like a Moab went off.
And
so what they're going to do?
It's such a cool take on vampires' blood.
Yeah,
because everybody knows vampires can't be, they can't see sunlight, and the fact that they do this and it is so explosive. Oh, I'll let you continue, but it's just such a fun twist on that.
Yeah, it is really neat. So what they're going to do is they're going to take that vampire out with all his exposed blood, and they're going to put him at the government building they want to explode. And then as soon as the sun rises, they're going to expose him, and kaboom! It's going to be huge because it's a little bit of blood blew up like a Moab. So you can imagine what the entire vampire's body is going to do. So that night they're celebrating. They've got a plan. They all get drunk, and then they notice that an emergency light goes off. And what ended up happening is since they're drunk, there's always the kid who's going to go in and be like, I'm a tough guy, and he's going to kill the vampire too. But he ends up letting the thing free. So the vampire gets out. It's nighttime, so it's running around. It kills all the guys. They try to run into the barn to capture it again, but he's just in a frenzy. They get a machine gun. They're going to light up the entire compound trying to kill him, but they can't. One of the poor guys ends up getting covered by the vampire's blood, and he walks out of the barn. He's like, guys, please help me. And the sun comes up and shines on him and just explodes all over the place. It's insane. So they're like, all we can do is we got to kill this vampire. They realize he's hiding in the attic. So they run up there to kill it. And the vampire tears the face off one of the guys. And then he kills the other two, and then he takes the leader of the group, and he throws him in the cage that he was in. And the guy he starts praying. He's just like, he's just praying. I think he keep saying, Jesus is Lord, Jesus is Lord, Jesus is Lord. The vampire stares at him, and then he opens the window to the barn to let all the sunlight in, and explodes himself and the entire compound. Insane.
And the thing about this vampire when he's in the attic and he's in the barn, the creature design of this, because like his mouth like opens up into all these teeth, and like he's like biting their faces off. Like
Yeah.
he is such a cool design, and just everything kind of like it actually, in a weird way, it has a lot of similarities with Sinners, because it's about vampires, and they're in a barn. But and I said in the when we talked about Sinners that, hey, you're gonna really like this movie if you like seeing Klan people get fucked up. Well, you're really gonna like this movie if you like seeing white supremacists get fucked up. And they are so stupid. It is which is ironic, because their plan is actually genius, because they're harvesting this, and the fact that these guys are so stupid that they could think of this is actually terrifying. But it is so fun. The take on it, it's just, oh man, like it was so hard to leave it off my list. It was one of my last cuts, but such a good segment. I definitely recommend it.
Does not do the empty wake for me.
There we go. But if we had just like a fun bracket, this would probably be in the top 2.
Guaranteed. Guaranteed.
And it just starts out so different than you think it's going to go. Okay, now this one is where there's going to be some controversy, because I left it off my list, and this is one that most people associate with VHS, at least the creature of it, and it's from the first VHS, and it's Amateur Night.
Amateur Night!
Mm-hmm. It
starts strong. This is the first VHS segment.
Yes, and if you've seen pictures from the movie, I'm sure it's on IMDb, but you see, the villain here that's not really a villain, but it's a fun take on it as well. I feel bad giving you another one, but if you want to take it was on your list, so
it was this one. So like I said, you get introduced to VHS, the franchise, if you watch the first movie, because this is the first segment. So, and you said it earlier, man. It feels like there's a segment in each movie that's just like, bro culture. And in this one, these bros are absolutely despicable. What they're doing is they got some of those, like, they're kind of like, think of them as meta glasses that have the camera inside. So they get their friend to wear these glasses that have a camera inside of them. And what they're planning to do is they're planning on going out that night, partying, meeting some girls, bringing them back, doing what young hormonal people do. And they're going to film it surreptitiously with their glasses. So sure enough, they all go out. They're having a good time. They're drinking. They meet some girls. And the second, they get kicked out of the first club. And the second club they go to, you notice that as they're going down, the kid that's wearing the glasses, he keeps noticing this one girl she's really skinny. She's really kind of, I'll call her weird looking because she is. But she's in like the corner of each time, and she's looking at him. So as the three of them are, they're continuing to party. They're meeting girls. They meet one girl that's super drunk. They're hanging out. They're having a good time with her. But this girl that you keep seeing at the edge of the camera shots, she ends up starting to hang out with them as well. She doesn't talk much. She doesn't say anything. She just kind of moves really fast, and she'll say something like, "I like you. I like you. I like you." She just keeps saying that to the guy with the camera. So long story short, they end up getting out of that club. They end up bringing these two girls home, and one thing leads to another, and they start doing exactly what they were planning to do. But one of the girls she just passes out. She's way too drunk. She passes out, and thankfully the guy that's trying to hook up with her does not go any further. Like, he notices she passed out. He's like, well, this sucks. So he stops. And the other girl,
can I stop you real quick?
Yeah,
isn't that messed up that, like, we're praising this guy for not being a complete douchebag?
What a horrible.
Doing what you're supposed
to do.
Supposed to not do, I guess. But in the context of this group, we're like, yeah, man, you go. You have a moral compass, and it's like, you're still in that position to.
You're still a total douchebag. You're still a total piece of shit. Like,
exactly.
Let's not move away. The guy's still a total douchebag. Because the next thing he does is the girl that's into the guy that's wearing the camera. Like I said, she's the skinny one. She's kind of the one that is in the corner of all the shots. She ends up coming home with him. He starts getting with her, and she's only interested in the guy with the glasses. And she's like, she's like, what's going on? I don't understand what's happening. And this is where things start taking a turn, because they undress her, and her toes look I don't know if you've ever seen have you ever seen videos from the toe bro or elderly people's toes that are very long and crusty and fungus to like toes that look like talons? Well, that's what this girl's
Unfortunately, yeah.
toes. Yeah, that's what this girl's toes look like. And the guy with the glasses kind of notices this, and he's like, "This is a little weird for me." So he walks into the bathroom to collect himself, and the third guy, he starts trying to join, but all of a sudden in the bathroom, the guy starts hearing some screams, and like I said, the third guy who's trying to join, he runs in the bathroom terrified, and he's just like, "That girl just bit me," and he shows his wrist, and he has like a chunk taken out of his wrist, and then they start hearing the first guy who's still out there screaming. And they open up the door and they look out, and this girl she's sitting on this guy's chest, just ripping chunks out of it. Just savage, like an animal. And the bones through her back are starting to show, and her eyes are separating from each other. They're just like getting wide on her head. And she's just like attacking this guy. So they're terrified, and they run back in the bathroom, like, what are we going to do? What are we going to do? One of the guys rips one of the towel poles off the wall, and he's like, she's hurt. We gotta help him. So they run back out there, and she has completely eviscerated this dude. And one guy runs up to her with the towel holder like he's going to attack her. She grabs him, and she starts eviscerating him, and she emasculates him. She grabs his member, his twig and berries, I should say, rips him off, throws him across the room, and she starts just eviscerating him now. But she looks at the guy with the glasses, and she just keeps saying, "I like you, I like you, I like you." And he's terrified, so he runs out of the hotel room, falls down the stairs, breaks his ankle, and like the bones coming out of it. He's just trying to run from her and get away. And he's laying at the bottom of the stairs. He's still wearing the glasses with the camera. And he hears her above him open the door to the stairwell. And she looks down at him, and she looks like a complete creature at this point. She's a complete incubus. She's an incubus. Or succubus, sorry. Incubus is the male. Succubus is the woman. He's a succubus. And she ain't gonna get no damn tree fitty.
You damn Martha, get away from my baby!
Hold on, I'll see if I have 350.
So
She the Loch Ness monster.
trying to get that damn tree fitty. She will not let him go without tree fitty. So she goes down there, and instead of attacking him, she starts like licking his wound. She says, "I like you. Do you like me?" And he says, "No." And then she's rejected, and she runs to the corner and starts crying, squatting and crying. And he has enough of an opportunity there to jump up. He tries to just hobble out the door. And again, they're in a hotel, right? So he hobbles out the door, and he's knocking on windows and doors like at people, like, "Please help me, please help me. You got to let me in. You got to let me in." And he runs to the main office. He's like, "You guys have to let me in. You have to let me in." And then all you hear is a screech. And then out of the blue, this succubus sprouts wings and flies, grabs him, picks him up, takes him up into the air. She's flying, and you see one last shot of him wearing the glasses looking up at her. She's just flying, carrying him away into the night. And the glasses fall off of his face, and you see the shot as the glasses just fall. And they hit the ground. And that's the end of the segment.
Man, I mean, that segment put VHS on the map. And like
it was so strong.
It's the first one, and yes, it's very synonymous when you see the picture of, and I believe like her face is like a little split, or at least like in the forehead. So
yeah, it's like cracking open.
Yeah, so and that's one that a lot of people go to as their favorite of the entire franchise. And I think just what does it for me and why I left it off the list was, like I said, VHS 1 was not my favorite of all time. And I don't know. I don't know. It just didn't feel right to me. I don't know if it's just me being a rebel and that everybody likes this, I'm going to leave it off. But or the bro culture part of it, or whatever it was, but it definitely is a very strong segment and does deserve its flowers. Does it take the top spot for you?
No.
Okay. Well, Amateur Night, you are gone. So this one's from VHS 85, and I believe I put it on my list, but it's Dream Kill. And
this is all you. Okay,
and this one, first of all, love it because it takes place in Aurora, Colorado.
Dun 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 dun.
Which anyone that knows us is very close to home, and it starts out with a very sinister-esque video, home video, grainy footage, and they show a murder. Turns out that this murder has not happened yet. Cops are there. It's like a week later, and the detective that's doing the case is like, a video of this exact house and crime scene was sent to me a week ago. And it happens, I think, one or two more times. There's and some of these kills are really graphic. There's one where like the killer is taking off the dude's fingers, and again, the police department gets a hold of this like a week earlier. This is like a 1985 horror version of Minority Report, and basically they find out that it is one of the detective's sons that is sending these videos to the cops. And he's trying to explain it when he's being interrogated that he sees these things in his dreams. And he was somehow able to record them. And that's why he sent them to the cops, to try and give them a heads up and try and save these people. So it's a super cool concept, and just the way they film it is really cool to me. Now they get a videotape of a third or fourth murder, and they find the address, and they're going to go there. And the main detective is with his partner, whose son is at the police station giving the interrogation. He's just stuck in that room right now. And it turns out that the detective's partner, he's the killer. He had a slight connection with everybody. So it's a cool twist there. Then it kind of loses you a little bit, because then like he goes through the police station and just like starts going full Terminator mode and taking everybody out. And then I believe his son is the one that kills him. So I really liked it. I thought it was strong. Obviously you and I both love Sinister, so that's a big aspect for me. It's not beaten my other picks, but it definitely was strong for me. What were your thoughts?
The writing on this was absolutely fantastic. I mean, the way that all the things are kind of linked together, the way the timeline of the whole thing plays out, I thought was genius. So big props to the writer of this segment. I thought the writing was top notch.
Yeah, and I mean, anytime you see one of these movies, the creativity is off the charts. Some of them, they don't hit. Some of them do. I know this one probably wasn't for everybody, but it really did. It kind of gave me a Poughkeepsie Tapes vibe, just with how the killer reacted. And Poughkeepsie Tapes, that's one that has I could go into a whole thing about Poughkeepsie Tapes, but it's not beating. Let's see, what was I had Suicide Bid. It's not beating that one.
Yeah.
Okay. There's still some good ones on here. Now, this one I left off from VHS Halloween. You had it as one of your favorites. And it's the first one of that movie, and it's Coochie Coochie Coo, and we're not making up that title. So after a little bit of a break, we have John's Jingles, and he's going to tell us a little bit about Coochie Coochie Coo.
Oh shit, I was like, is that an Asian alien? Oh fuck those kids. Oh, you are bone now, can't take all the candy, pretty sure that's a rule. Oh, it's a baby mask, not an Asian alien. My bad! Oh shit! Don't go get that candy, hell no. And what the fuck is up with their camera? Oh yeah, stick your finger in it. What the fuck was that? Oh great, no lights and shit. Another fungal infection, holy shit, what was that? Oh yeah, it's a baby shower. Die fucking demon babies and shit, dude. Was that a dude? Why would you go that way, dude? That explains all the milk, I guess. Oh, fuck me. Like a nasty ass CPAP machine. Ha! Oh, geez! This my camera only lights up a little at a time. It's some bullshit. What the fuck? That is some nasty ass shit. What a fucking selfie. Oh shit, saggy boobies is back. Why did you even go in there? I mean, how much candy do you need? Oh, that's nasty. Again with the hallway and corners and shit. Really? The basement. I don't have kids, but that baby don't look right.
John, never stop texting your way through movies, please.
No, and this one is pretty top of mind just because it is the first one of the movie, and so just hearing his aspects on this, and he's like, he calls it, he's like, it's a fucked up CPAP machine, and like, do you really need that much fucking candy? Like,
He nailed it. He nailed it.
right. So I'll let you take this one since you had it on your list.
Yeah, so I thought this one, again, when we talk about like the ending of segments that are just absolutely dreadful and terrifying, this is one of them for me. So we have two high schoolers that want to trick or treat one more time. And they do, and they come across a group of boys who tell them that the mommy is going to get them because they are way too old to be trick or treating. And instead of just brushing them off and continuing to get other candy, they're ruining other trick or treaters' nights by stealing their candy. Which is, by the way, the most messed up thing that you can do as a teenager. Why are teenagers so mean? I was never this mean.
That's a Halloween sin. Yeah, I never.
It is a Halloween sin. You don't mess with kids younger than you to take their candy. That's just, you deserve everything that happens to you.
Right.
They do mention at the same time, one of them mentions to the other that a girl their age who was dressed as a cheerleader disappeared on Halloween last year. But, you know, it's again, kind of like I said earlier, it's one of those offhanded remarks that you just don't take that seriously. Anyway, they come up to a house that just kind of appears out of nowhere. And none of the other trick-or-treaters are going to this house. So they decide, why don't we go knock on the door? So sure enough, they knock on the door and they go inside. And then they realize, oh, we're trapped in this house and we can't get out. And not only that, but they discover that, if this is pretty gross, the mommy is the one that trapped them, and it's leaving behind just squirming fetuses and little paths, like trails of milk. It's pretty gross.
Oh yeah.
They actually come across 3 other people that are trapped in the house, including the aforementioned cheerleader. And here's what's scary: when they actually get up close and look at these people, they all have like infant faces. They have baby faces. They kind of learn that the mommy, who those kids were talking about, she was a woman who became pregnant because she was SA'd, similar to Shelby Oaks. Mm-hmm. Rather than go through with everything, this woman actually hanged herself, and now she beckons victims into being her children. So she sings a lullaby, and she makes the lullaby makes one of the girls fall asleep, and she breaks her ribs, and then drags her into the basement. And then the other girl chases her down there, and she realizes, like, as soon as she finds her friend, she realizes that the mommy has already turned her into one of the babies. So she just she's like, yeah, I'm never getting out of here, and their fate is my fate. So she just lays down with the other baby adults, and the mommy sings her the lullaby. And as that lullaby ends, and as the footage ends, you can hear the mommy just kind of laughing. It's pretty damn creepy.
It is, and the creature design for the mommy it'll give you nightmares, not in the best way. Like, it's and my favorite shot of this though is right at the right when they get to the house, and it's the mommy's hand just coming out of the doorway with the bucket of candy. It's so creepy because the doorway is just solid, darkness. And you just see her hand come out and like kind of shake the bucket for candy. And yeah, it is gross. It is, I think John even says in the song, and he's like, I don't have kids, but that baby don't look right.
No, they did not look right.
No, it was, it was strong. Where it kind of fell off for me is just the grossness of it. I felt like they could have left a little bit more ambiguous. I love the lore behind the creature of the mommy, and the lullaby that she sings, and how she traps people there. It just, it was another semi-tough one to cut. But yeah, does it take over for you?
It just doesn't. Not yet.
Okay, that is totally fine. We coochie coochie coo.
Coochie coochie coo.
This is one. It's from VHS 2. You and I both agreed on it. this one might take the cake, at least for me. It is Slumber Party Alien Abduction.
Love this one.
Oh man, it's pretty simplistic. It is exactly like the title says. It's a bunch of kids. There's some siblings, there's some older kids, there's some younger kids. So there's all these different dynamics that kind of mesh. They're fucking with each other. There's a part where I think they fill up a water gun with piss and squirt it. A little different than the lake from the first segment that we talked about. This water gun isn't going to give you any invincible powers, but they they do their slumber party thing, and I think they look off in the distance on the lake. They're on a lake. They're at a lake house, which is a pretty cool setting for this. And I believe they see a big light, and it's cliche alien abduction movies. We see a light, but what sets this one apart is when the aliens finally come. There is this huge noise. It's like it shakes the house. It's like a truck horn, like a horn. Yeah, and it's something that I had never thought about. I'm like, man, if aliens did come, like this would probably scare me more than anything than just like a light coming down. Like you get that big horn and, aliens come in, they start chasing everybody, and the chase scenes are awesome. I believe they put a camera on the dog, and there is a shot where he's kind of running, and, I don't get attached to the dog. That's my least favorite part of this one, but, and it's just, just the shock of it with that horn that happens, it sticks with you. And I'm not really like scared of the whole alien thing. It doesn't, really gets me. This one did. And I believe they had a spinoff, called
Kids vs. Aliens.
But I haven't actually seen that one. But it's the second spinoff because actually from Amateur Night, they have one called Sirens. There's a little extended VHS, universe here, but, it's just, that's all that sticks out for me. I almost don't want to talk about it too much because, I want to have people be, kind of in the moment on that. But I mean, what do you have to add on it? Because we both love this one.
Yeah, this one's fantastic. I mean, it's scary. You could make an argument that the aliens are like kind of silly looking because they're your typical aliens. You can tell they're just people in, an outfit doing like alien stuff. So there is that. But again, great premise, great terrifying idea, and absolutely terrifying that it's kids, right? That's always scary. And then the really sad final scene with the dog was really heartbreaking. But I mean, this one was so well done and so well shot. Because it's always hard when you're doing it with kids, right? Like, are they gonna be good enough to where it actually seems real and it feels real? And in this one, it absolutely was.
And they sell it perfectly. And it, the true essence of found footage is you want to feel like you're there. You want to be part of that story. And by God, they did it. And I'm not even going to tease this. It's taken over my top spot.
Love it, man.
What about you?
I'm going to be honest. I think this one takes the top spot for me too.
It's so hard to.
It's just
man,
damn good. And
it's from VHS 2, so it's still like early enough. So there's been a lot to compete with it. So this one is from VHS 99. I don't think you had it on your list. I had it on mine. It's from To Hell and Back. And this one takes place, I believe, on New Year's Eve, 1989, because it's the whole Y2K thing. And these videographers get this assignment to cover this coven, something or other. The cool part about this one is that they get transported to hell, as the title says. And I just really liked seeing the representation of hell on the TV screen. Like there's some demonic creatures that they have to fight off, and there's this creepy little like golem chick that's like helping them around hell, and it is pretty campy. It's the dialogue isn't great, but there's one shot where like there's lightning, and you can see this huge Satan-esque figure kind of looming over the mountains. So just it really drew me into just it made me think it's like, not many movies actually show hell and what they think hell looks like. And I thought this was terrifying. And if like that's what hell is, like that is absolutely just, horrifying. I hate it. The ending's okay. I did really like it. It's not going to beat anything else on my list, but definitely give it a shot. I'm curious to hear your thoughts on it.
Yeah, I mean, I'm with you. I'm always in I said this in the first podcast, but as a man of faith myself, it's always scary to see interpretations of hell and kind of the horror, the absolute terror of such a place. So definitely ranked up there for scares for me. It wasn't the best, wasn't the worst, kind of just in the middle for me, but definitely enjoyed the entire segment.
Right, and it's they took a pretty big stab at it, and it hit for me. Won't hit for everybody, but we're getting down to the end here. Let's see, so this one you did not like, but I put it as one of my favorite for Beyond, and it's Dream Girl. And this one, it's funny. I had Dream Kill and Dream Girl. It's funny.
I'll tell you why you're wrong after you talk about it.
So this one, it follows a couple paparazzi, and they're trying to get some footage of the newest It Girl, and they have like a Bollywood music video on this, which was a cool change of pace for a VHS film. Long story short, it turns out that this pop star is actually like an android, an AI android figure that is just meant to do one thing, and that is entertain. And basically, the paparazzi guy, he sneaks into her trailer and finds out what she really is and says them like, "No, you have the power. Why are you listening to these people?" Basically, he's trying to save his own ass. And she ends up going scorched earth on everybody. There's some awesome kills here. And that's kind of why it ranked up there for me, just because it is it was just fun for me. All the kills were great practical effects. The song got stuck in my head for a little while. So it was just a lot of fun for me. And I understand it's not everybody's cup of tea, but I'm interested to hear your exact reasons why.
I mean, it did nothing for me. I thought it was kind of silly. Like, I wanted it to be good. I was like, okay, I'm waiting for something cool to happen, but then she can't get her face back on, and she starts. I mean, I was just like, what is this? What is going on? I was like, how of all the ones that probably were submitted to make this film, you guys chose this? Like, I thoroughly did not enjoy this segment at all.
There's a lot of hate there on this one.
I really do. Like, VHS Beyond was, it'd been a minute since the last one, 99. Or 85, I think it was. 85 or 99. I was like, I'm waiting for the next one. I'm excited. Beyond was getting good reviews. I'm like, all right. And the first segment was fantastic. So here comes the second one, The Dream Girl. And I'm just like, yeah, not for me. I didn't think it was good at all.
Yeah, I like and
I think you're not that you have it as a favorite.
Yeah, I cut Stowe away for Dream Girl. Okay.
Yeah, what the fuck, man?
What can I say? It was maybe the song just got stuck in my head, but I'm gonna stick
Old
with
move,
my choice.
Cotton. We'll see if it pays off. Yeah.
Well, here's the final four. So I know this has been a long episode. We are wrapping it up here. Another one that was tough for me to cut, but I think it was just because of the glaring popularity of this. I kind of wanted to go a different direction, but it's from VHS 2, and it is Safe Haven.
Okay.
Which I know you really loved, and don't get me wrong, it is one of the best segments that VHS has ever done.
Definitely.
My issue with it was the length of it. It is very long.
It is long.
For VHS segment terms, it is very long. I thought the creature design was cool. Basically, I mean, if you want to talk about it, that's fine, but it's, cult. Yeah. Cult. And why, answer me this, why is it that with every cult, every evil cult, there seems to be one person in that cult that is having sex with all of the other people in the cult, while none of the other men are allowed to? Fucking time.
Every damn time, man. And this one's no different. So we have a group of Indonesian, I guess just a journalism crew, maybe 3 of them.
Mm-hmm.
2 of them are together. One of them's the best friend, and they are interviewing this guy who calls himself Father, who runs a compound, and they're basically trying to get access to this compound to find what's up with this cult, which is called the Safe Haven cult, or sorry, the Paradise Gates cult. Excuse me.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, they do get permission to come and interview him at the cult compound, and as they're walking through this compound and filming it, it looks like a prison, really. There's like everyone's wearing white. Think of your standard cult compound. That's exactly what it looks like. You know exactly what I mean.
Copy and paste. Yep.
Copy and paste is exactly right. So they're interviewing Father, and this is so, I don't even want to say it. This is horrible. But this Father guy reveals that he has had sex with all the women and the children of the cult to purify them. Absolutely disgusting, heinous, evil. Like I said, really hard to even talk about. But during this interview, one of the guys has to step out and get his spare camera battery, and he ends up overhearing that his best friend and his fiance have been sleeping together, and she actually is pregnant with his best friend's kid. And that conversation, needless to say, doesn't go well. So the friend decides to leave and explore the basement, and he finds a woman strapped to a chair with her womb just carved out. She wakes up, she begins screaming at him, and the father is still being interviewed by the third guy, and you hear a bell chime, and the father announces, it's time. And then he jumps up on the table just like a spider monkey. Like a spider monkey.
Like Spider Monkey.
Like Spider Monkey. And he takes out a box cutter, and he jumps on the poor guy, slits his throat with the box cutter, and then all the cultists in the compound begin a mass suicide. They're shooting each other. They're being in an execution style. They're drinking poison. The kids in the class have to drink poison. One of the film crew is apprehended, and he's shot dead. The girl who's pregnant, she's abducted. And this is where it gets really scary. She's abducted. One of the guys is following, trying to get them both out. The other guy, remember, there's 3 of them. The main guy that runs out, he gets executed. He gets caught and he gets shot. And then so the last guy that's left, he's running to find the girl, and he runs back into the father, who's just covered in blood, and he's in his underwear. And he's speaking to him, and he looks at him. He says, "It's fulfilled," and then he explodes. He just explodes in the blood and guts.
He had that vampire blood on him.
Yeah, I got that vampire blood, baby. Well, anyway, this guy, he finds the girl on an altar in the room ahead of him, and she has this like a pentagram symbol carved into her skin. And all of the women, the women in the cult are holding her down. Well, he had grabbed a gun from one of the guys earlier that was killing themselves, and he kills all the women, shoots them. Ugh. This man, I'm just thinking about it. This is so horrible. As he's trying to get her off, the Baphomet. I don't know how familiar you are with the Christian demons, but Baphomet basically tears his way out of her body. Like you see his horn poke through her pregnant belly, and then the rest of him, he just climbs out of her pregnant belly. And the last guy is like, screw this. He runs while this demon tears its way out of her body. He discovers that all the cultists and the school children, they're alive again. They're like zombies, and they try to attack him. He fights his way out. He gets to the car. He starts the car, and again, this is all being filmed. Found footage. He's holding the camera. He gets in the car. He starts it. And you think he gets away because he drives off, but you can hear the thuds of something running, like a doo, 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 doo. And then all of a sudden, his car is just rammed off the road, and the camera is still on. And this poor guy, he's trying to crawl out of the wreckage, but then you hear that demon on top of the car, and you see him look over, and it looks at him, and then you hear the demon say, "Papa," and the footage ends.
And I will say that birthing scene is expertly done. It's so gross. It's so, and because so many movies do this with demons, and they just don't look right. This one, it looked right.
I got the chills.
It made you feel really, and that's why this one is so highly regarded in the VHS series, is because it, it does have time to set up, a narrative, and there's the overarching thing of the adultery and the cheating, and the pregnancy that goes along with it, and then there's been a ton of movies that do the whole mass suicide thing with when it comes to cults, but again, it was really well done. I think maybe just because I always hear so much about it that I left it off, but well, does it take your top spot?
It does not. It does not.
We're still going Alien Slumber Party.
We gotta.
Well, we're down to 2, so I think it might win. But
Are they two bad ones coming up?
This one, I think both of these I picked and you hated.
Well, it sounds like we know what's going to be top for me.
Yep. So this one is from, let me see, this one is from VHS 2, and I believe it was the first one in that, but it's Phase 1 Clinical Trials. And
okay.
This one takes place, a guy is getting he's getting an eye implant, and the camera is actually in the eye, which I thought is an awesome concept. It's hands-free. You actually get the view like you are this person, like in most found footage films. But there's something wrong with this eye. Every time he is at home, he gets jump scared. There's a ghost over here. There's a creepy dude over there. Like, this is a jump scare buffet. Like, there is jump scares every 5 seconds. And I had so much fun with it. There's a part where a girl comes to the door and she's like, "Are you seeing things?" And so she knows what's going on. They end up hooking up. Obviously, all this is filmed through his eye. And the next morning,
as a way to distract from what he's seeing, I should say.
Yeah, yes. He is seeing a figure, a very gross older figure, who happens to be this girl's, I believe, uncle. So they're distracting from that. And the next morning, he looks in the camera or he looks in the mirror, and he's like, "Okay, I know you guys are filming everything, so I need that footage, but don't look at it."
I want that footage.
Yeah. So I put this as one of my favorites just because of all the jump scares and how it was actually creepy, like going through the house. Some of the ghost designs aren't great, but I'd be interested to hear why you thought it was the worst.
So on second thought, as you say that, it really is not my worst. So I have to change, because it is a fantastic one. I would say, as far as VHS 2 is concerned, again, because there are so many strong ones on there, I guess it's hard to put one on the bottom. So I think that's why I went with it, because Summer Party Alien Abduction is fantastic. Safe Haven, of course, is fantastic. A Riot in the Park, I thought, is fantastic. So, yeah, I mean, I wouldn't say I hated it. I guess I would just say it was on the bottom for me. But that said, I think all of the segments in VHS 2 are strong, and this is just all the other 3 are stronger than this one.
It's a victim of circumstance. Okay.
Victim of circumstance. Yep.
So then the last one, our grand finale, and I can't believe it actually fell this way, was Fun Size from VHS Halloween. And with no context, we're just going to let John give his thoughts on this one, and then we'll get into it, and then we'll get out of here.
Don't take all the candy. Don't do it. Oh man, dude is gonna eat this schlong bar. Ah, nasty dude. Don't take more. Oh shit, I fucking said don't take all the candy. Loud 911, what's your emergency? No, that is definitely not the way back. See, one per person, bitches. Is it burning? What the fuck was that? Everyone look for a key. Oh shit, they found one. Oh shit, was that Jack from Jack in the fucking Box? This fucker is fucked. He is gonna be fun-sized. Fuck. Damn, that was his dick. Nope, not Jack. Caramel-coated dick and balls. Oh shit, this was all the candy in the balls. Someone is gonna be chowing down on his caramel balls. Oh shit, I think this is his balls. Oh man, I keep thinking he is calling her Beyonce. Ha, what the skittle fuck. Oh shit, here we go again. This is some Die Hard shit. See your found footage, dude. Oh shit, I took 2. Is that bad? See ya, kid. This kid is tough. Oh, maybe not. Did he just fucking explode?
So
They never get old, man.
There's
Never
a
change,
lot.
John.
Right. There's a lot to unpack on this one. And I knew when I asked him to watch VHS Halloween, he'd have a lot to say about this particular segment. So, and you put this as your worst on VHS Halloween. And I can totally get that. You either love this one or you hate it. This one, the premise is it's a group of people too old to be trick-or-treating. Stop me if you've heard this one before. And what's funny about it is that they're going, at least a couple in the group are going as a found footage crew for Halloween.
Pretty clever.
So I love that. And there's an engaged couple in there, and the guy just keeps saying fiance. That's why John in the song's like, I keep thinking he's saying Beyonce. And, fiance. The acting is horrible, but I think they did that intentionally. They go up to this house, and there's just a bowl. And I mean, I do it at my house. You put a sign up and say only one per kid. And of course, they're not going to follow that. So, but it's a candy. They're all candy that clearly they weren't manufactured in America. That's candy no one had ever heard of. And yes, one looks like let's say a giant pickle. A veiny pickle. And so yeah, they eat it, and then they actually get transported into the bowl, which takes them. I don't know if it's to the basement or if it's to a completely different dimension area, but there's that supernatural twist to it. And they all the group gets picked off one by one by the fun size guy. And he's like, fun size. And they all get killed in very demented ways. One guy gets taken through the conveyor belt, and they make the candy, and they show you how they make it by cutting off fingers and other appendages and turning them
including a veiny pickle.
A veiny pickle, yep. A VP, yep. And they turn them into chocolates. And so it's just funny. It's disgusting, but I thought it was so funny. And
it's gross.
It's so gross. And my favorite part about it, though, is when they're trying to find a way to escape, and one of the chicks is just like, nope, I don't want to go through this, and she just lays down on the conveyor belt and gets taken out. And so, I mean, see where it's going. Everybody dies, and then a kid goes to take 2 candies from the front porch, and then the bull actually chases him down and takes him. So I just thought it was silly, and that it was very VHS-y in the funny sense. But I can guess why you didn't like it. But what are you saying?
I mean, it grosses me out. I don't do well with cannibal. Well, I mean, I should take that back. I love zombies, I do. So the cannibalism aspect's cool to me, but there's a difference between zombies who are mindless brain eaters and people who are genuinely trying to take your body and turn it into candy to feed to other people. Ugh.
Yeah, and actually VHS Halloween as a whole was pretty gross.
It's nihilist, yeah. Pretty disgusting.
Which not all of them are like that. If you get nothing else from this series, you get variety.
Definitely.
So, in conclusion, did we actually end up with a unanimous champ here?
The winner by unanimous decision.
Winner, chicken dinner.
Holy
slumber party,
shit.
Alien abduction.
How did that happen? There's 30 segments we talked about. An alien abduction, a slumber party. Oh, man.
Knowing we would go head to head and throw down over these, we actually ended up with the same one. That's pretty dope.
Man, and that's what brings people together,
Isn't it though?
Isn't it though?
Ultra violence, ultra horror, and gore.
Oh my god. So thank you guys for sticking out this one. I know it was a lot, but we love talking about these. I feel like we could talk about these for nights on end. We hope you enjoyed it. We hope you check it out. stick around for Friday as well. We're going to be looking at our newest release going up against Shelby Oaks and Dream Eaters. It's going to be Begonia with Emma Stone, which surprised me. But we'll let you guys listen to the episode on that on Friday. That one's a much shorter episode, I can promise you that. But and we'll leave you with a little treat tonight because with John doing this for us, we did have a couple variations of this, so they were just too good to leave out. So we're going to let the other variation play on our way out tonight, and we hope you guys have a great one. Thank you for the continued support, and check out VHS, and go Slumber Party Alien Abduction. Fuck yeah.
Oh, yeah, playa.
All right. Later, guys.
See ya.
Okay, here we go. So it's look like a porno set at a soda factory, oh yeah. Give me a 6-pack of die, fuck me in the ass. Looking like a bad batch of the old die phantasm, damn. Oh shit, I was like, is that an Asian alien? Oh fuck those kids. Oh, you're bone now. Can't take all the candy, pretty sure that's a rule. Oh, it's a baby mess, not an Asian alien, my bad. Oh shit, don't go get that candy, hell no. And what the fuck is up with their camera? Oh yeah. Stick your finger in it, what the fuck was that? Oh great, no lights and shit. Another fungal infection, holy shit, what was that? Oh yeah, it's a baby shower. Die fucking demon babies and shit, dude. Was that a dude? Why would you go that way, dude? That explains all the milk, I guess. Oh fuck me, like a nasty ass E-pop machine, huh. Oh gee, it's my camera, only lights up a little at a time. It's some bullshit, what the fuck? That is some nasty ass shit with a fucking selfie. Oh shit, saggy boobies is back. Why did you even go in there? I mean, how much candy do you need? Oh, that's nasty. Again with the hallway and corners and shit. Really? The basement? I don't have kids, but that baby don't look right. Okay, back to soda porno. Hope these fuckers are getting paid. Nuclear or toxic, the money, maybe. Fucking die already. Oh man, okay, pretty sure this is Spanish. I took that shit in 9th grade. Why did we leave? Maybe after all the dead fuckers we took a hint. Oh man, this guy's like, fuck this. Yeah, let's sneak into a big ass castle through a tunnel. Well, at least this actor didn't have to learn any lines. Oh yeah, I saw the black phone. You all bone, should I pick it up? No dipshit. Yeah, there is a voice. Oh shit, I swear if one of these dumb fucks answers that phone, this guy's must be drinking a porno soda. Oh man, yakking up eyeballs. Oh shit, up is down or whatever that shit said in the wall. Spanish for you all, fuck. Oh for popping eyeballs. Subject 40, you about to get some of that nasty ass cola. Oh, she got the good soda. Oh, never mind. Damn, might wanna recall that shit. I guess fuck subject 40, okay. What's she not telling him? Don't take all the candy, don't do it. Oh man, dude is gonna eat this long bar. Ah, nasty dude. Don't take more, oh shit, I fucking said don't take all the candy. Low 911, what's your emergency? No, that is definitely not a way back. See one per person, bitches, is it burning? What the fuck was that? Everyone look for a key, oh shit, they found one. Oh shit, was a Jack from Jack in a fucking box. This fucker is fuck T is gonna be fun size fuck. Damn, that was his dick, nope. Not Jack, caramel coated dick and ball. Oh shit, this was all the candy in the bowl. Someone is gonna be chowing down on his caramel ball. Oh shit, I think this is his ball. Oh man, I keep thinking he is calling her Beyonce. With a skittle fuck. Oh shit, here we go again. This is some die hard shit. See a found footage, dude. Oh shit, I took 2, is that bad? See a kid, this kid is tough. Oh maybe not, did he just fucking explode? This Kaplan dude looks sketch as fuck. Bruce is like my job sucks ball. And here are tapes of all the kids I killed, donuts on a string. Oh, it's a cop. I see this damn circle of light, that's Bruce's work area. And he hates his job, that chick was pissed. Working a weekend shift, huh, yeah, killing kids and shit. Yup, that's Bruce. And like I said, he hates his fucking job. All crammed in the back, should've gave Bruce that fucking raise. Oh shit, he had his face on. Yeah, Bruce is gonna be a whack job fucker for Halloween. Kaplan dude got fucked and Bruce played that mofo. Please remain seated. Yeah, don't think so, dude. Did you drink the soda? Yeah, she fucking did. Ping pong ball eye girl's gonna fuck you, yo. Call your work buddies, now they're alcoholics. Yep, true that. Yep, yo, keep now that. Yeah, don't record Janet shit, keep your dick. Don't play that record, keep. See a rich fuck. Bumblebee kid got fucked. Holy shit, that head was crushed. Don't look at that. Yeah, thanks for the 411 key. Damn hardcore mom. That witch is pissed, and boom, it's done. Oh wait, Diet Phantasm commercial. Awesome, man, that was some demented ass shit.